Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a package, or a knife, from Giantmouse Knives. So this is the Giantmouse Ace Farley V2. How about that? They came out with a V2. This is the titanium and carbon fiber version. They also had a brass and micarta version, I believe it was. And I obviously told them I opt for the carbon fiber and titanium. But if you are a traditionalist or you're like Colin, then you're probably going to love the brass and micarta version. This, right off the bat, is really nice. I did handle the original Ace Farley. It was cool, but the walk and talk was not... it was fine. It was Best Tech OEM, which this, I believe, would be too. The walk and talk was fine, but it wasn't like earth-shattering, if you know what I mean. So let's see how this one is. It does have a pocket clip. It is a wire pocket clip. Now, you could just remove the clip and put the screw back in, and it would actually look fine. The screw kind of acts as like a filler, a filler tab. I'm not a big clip on slip joint guy. I usually will put a slip joint in a slip, but you know, that's up to each individual person. Let's see if I can grab the blade. I can pinch it and we'll open it. Much better. Right off the bat, walk and talk is much better. Getting a little bit more of a bounce. Excellent. Yeah, it's very good. You have a belt satin blade. Yeah, it's kind of like the... It's like that that polished belt satin. Hard to explain. It's kind of like what you see on Arcane Design knives. Their belt satin. They don't do a satin like this, right? They don't do that kind of chalky, high grit or low grit, I guess. Belt satin. It's more of a higher polish version. Hard to explain, but it's nice. It does fingerprint just as much as the chalky kind. The size here is really good. You know, I have a large glove size hand, and I'm basically, you know, I got the whole knife covered here, but it feels pretty comfortable. There is sort of a point here and a point here. So obviously if you had a smaller hand, it would be more comfortable. But I'm not going to be doing anything crazy with this where I need to, you know, bear down super hard. We have a crown spine and a crowned spring, which is really cool. Some jimping back here. Would have been cool if they had some jimping up here, but I guess they don't really want you to do that because then you could accidentally close it on yourself, which one-handed functionality here feels really good. Easy to close. But you can hear... the walk and talk is excellent on it. Weave carbon fiber, which is always nice. I like the weave carbon fiber. Let's see, we have a T8, I believe, yep, on the clip screw. I am going to see about removing this. I do like that they have switched to I think they switched to a low profile wire clip. I'm not a big fan of the wire clips that have that like hump in the middle. So I'm trying to get this out of here without, you know, bending it or breaking anything. There we go. That sucker was in there. So this is what I would do. I mean, it's what I'm gonna do. Just take that out, tighten this back down, and now you have a clipless slip joint, and that's your choice, right? You can choose to do whatever you want. There is a stop pin in here, which is cool. And this is really nice, lightweight. Very, oh man, it's so much better. And this is right out of the box. I mean, I haven't even put any oil on it. I don't think it needs it, honestly. Listen to that click. Man, that is really nice. So this is how I tune, I guess, a slip joint or oil it or whatever. So I'll just clean everything up. with a little Q-tip like this. Usually you get some black stuff off of there because, you know, it's steel on steel rubbing. And then I'll take some KPL heavy, depending on the slip joint. If it's a more fragile like slip joint or something, then I'll probably use original. But for this, I will use KPL heavy, and I will put that on the tang corners here, like so. And then I'll open the knife. I'll put some more right here after it works through there. Get rid of that, and then I will operate the knife. Bunch of times. Enjoy that smell, that beautiful smell of KPL mixing with metal scrap. Sludge. Basically turns into sludge. Look, you end up with a black sludge in there. Keep doing it. Oh man, I love that. That click out is fantastic on this thing. So I'll do that a bunch of times, and then I will take my Q-tip, a new one, which, by the way, I have a link to these applicator Q-tip thingies in the description. You can get them on Amazon. They're like, you know, $5, $8, $10, and you get like 500 of these things. So I just clean all that up, right? Open it again. Clean up the stuff in here as well. Okay. Take a Q-tip again. You don't have to do it as many times as I do. You could literally just put some oil on there and wait a week and then clean it. But I like to do it this way. I got a little much here, but it's okay. Put a dot there and a dot there. And reapply here. Get that out of the way. And then open and close a few times. All right. And then that is what I will do. And then a week later, or more like 2 days later, after I've fidgeted with it a whole shit ton, I will come back and do the same thing again. And usually it takes 2 to 4 of those sort of cleanings, so to speak, before I get all the sludge out. And then it usually will stay, the KPL kind of stay on there and be KPL, not KPL mixed with sludge, for a while after that. And then you can carry it every day, and, you know, maybe once a month you got to do that again. If you want to. You don't have to. If your knife ever feels dry, you'll know. The action will just all of a sudden feel like it's all bound up. And it just needs some oil in there, that's all. So you can let the knife tell you as well. It is dead centered, which is absolutely fantastic. Nice one-sided pivot there. Let's see if we can discern anything on the inside. Giantmouse usually puts who the OEM is in there, which is a really cool thing that they do that we started doing as well. Shout out to Giantmouse. They should get credit for that. There's no like full liner. It's all skeletonized in there. So I think they just didn't have room. So maybe it's hidden somewhere else, or it's not in there at all. There's some kind of lint in here. It's just like a, see that? I don't know if that was from me or what, but got that out of there. The blade steel on this is in Elmax, which is very cool. This is a really nice knife. They did a great job with this. Damn, that is a hell of a follow-up, man. The Farley was cool, but I wasn't like enamored with the Farley. This? Oh, hell yeah. This is one of the best slip joints I've handled in a while. I'm gonna grab some paper and cardboard. So we can cut some stuff real quick with it. Let's see how the paper cutting is out of the books with that L-Max. Oh yeah, oh yeah, dude. I mean, that's very nice. Very nice. Let me get rid of that shiz over here. All right. And the cardboard, let's see. Maybe a utility cut. Got to be careful, obviously, because it's a slip joint. Try not to put any pressure up here. And then we'll hold it like this. Keep your thumb back here. Does make it a little more difficult, but you can see, not a problem. I'm able to do that. I'm able to cut through the cardboard in a downward motion. Just again, a little bit harder. A, I'm on camera and this is hard sitting down. And B, I have to hold it back here because I'm just not trying to show you guys the wrong way to hold a slip joint. I would probably do this anyway, and then I just kind of release that before I get to the end of the cut so I don't come through and close it on myself. That is one benefit that I really like about slip joint designs with finger choils. Something that we've kind of developed a bit like this. You have a finger choil here, so if you cut through something, you literally cannot close it on yourself. I get it, it's an aesthetic thing. Some people don't like that on a slip joint, but it is a really nice safety thing, because if you're holding this like this and you close it, boom, you're getting sliced up. That thing's in your finger. So you just need to be smart, that's all. Let me clean this off. This is an excellent design and excellent execution, so I got to give them credit for doing a great job. I think they did provide me with a discount code, and I still have the link. I'll put that stuff in the description for you guys, so you can pick these up if you want to. They also have a lot of other cool stuff, obviously. But I do have a new code, I believe. Let me check on that real quick and get you the price of this as well. Okay, so I took a look on the website there. So I do have a discount code. It is LeftyEDC, and that will save you 8%. So that is nice, because before I had a code, but it would just take $5 off your first order. Now, 8% off. LeftyEDC is the code. I'll put the link and everything in the description. I'll pin it in the comments. Help your brother out and use that stuff, but you get the discount too, or not, up to you. Now, they do kind of have this little get 10% off thing down here. So if you want 2% more, you know, you could probably use that. Just use my link though, all right? All right, deal? Anyway, it's $195 in the copper, it looks like copper, maybe brass and micarta, and then it's $225 for this version. Again, this is L-Max blade steel, titanium, and then carbon fiber. OEM is Best Tech. That's part of the reason why it's going to be $225. I know Giantmouse tries to be reasonable with their pricing, so Best Tech is more expensive than most OEMs. They also do a great job, so you know, it is what it is. But $225 for this in the carbon fiber. They also have a Ace Nimbus V3 now. They did ask me if I wanted to try that or the Farley, and I opted for the Farley because I remembered not loving the Nimbus. The lock bar access was just a major issue for me. It looks like maybe they worked on that a little bit, but if you're a fan of the Nimbus, check it out. There's a Scandi grind on this one, which is pretty dope. $225 on that one as well. I bet you that one's made in Italy. Yep, Maniago, Italy. This one is Best Tech. So very cool. I think they did a great job. Super slim. I would venture to guess this is going to be around 0.41. Extremely slim. Some size comparisons, I guess, would be a good idea. Slip joint wise, I guess I can show you the Farley again and the nip slip. Those are the two from Divo knives. And we are very, very similar on the Farley there. And then the nip slip is going to be a bit smaller, obviously, but just to give you an idea, there's the nip slip. I don't have a ton of slip joints. I think those are the only ones I have right now. Well, I have obviously a whole bunch of Jack Wolves, but they're over in the Jack Wolf case over there. So, but you get the idea. It's got a really nice blade as well. It's got thin enough stock, very well ground, nice flat grind, pretty tall. I mean, for a slip joint, it's excellent. Great ergonomics, nice contouring, really good feel in the hand, really, really good walk and talk. Excellent. I mean, so much improved from the first one, I think. So Best Tech's getting better too, which is awesome. And you have a lanyard spot back here for those 15 people. Your numbers are growing. T6 on the inlay screws. T8, I'll double check all this. T8 obviously on the clip screw and the pivot screw. Let's check the T6. Yep, T6 on the inlay screws. I don't recommend you take apart a slip joint just because it's an absolute pain in the tuchus to get that blade back on the pivot with the spring and everything. So if you're gonna take this apart to clean it, I highly recommend you take one side off, leave the blade on the pivot, clean everything you need to, put it back together, and then do the other side. That's gonna be more difficult with this one because you have a captive pivot system. There's only a tooling on one side, so I don't know if you'll be able to get this side off without removing it from the spring, which will make it hard to clean, but I've never actually needed to clean a slip joint. You can blow it out. You can just work in some oil. You know, worst case, what I usually do is I'll take some KPL Ultralight, which is like a 5-weight, and I'll open the spring to like here. See how the spring's coming out? And I'll just line that with some KPL Ultralight on both sides, all along the spring as much as I can. And then I will just work that in and do the same thing for the washers. Just kind of squeeze some KPL Ultralight down the sides here. And if you just work all that and then maybe blow it out with some air, you probably are going to get it all cleaned up. And then you can just re-lube it with that KPL Heavy or regular or whatever oil you like to use. So yeah, that is the Ace Farley V2 from Giantmouse, an absolute banger. They did a great job on this. Shout out to Giantmouse. Good job, guys. Really well done. And yeah, if you want to pick one up, as mentioned 3 times already, use my link, use the code LeftyEDC, get your 8% off. And yeah, I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. Really curious to hear your thoughts if you're a maybe modern knife guy, not that into slip joints. I think they're balancing really well on this one. That's kind of the category I like. I don't like it when things are too modern when they're slip joints, and I don't like them when they're too traditional. I like the balance, right? We have a bolster, so it looks traditional in that sense, yet we have the clip that can be removed and still looks fine. You know, but we have Elmax blade steel with a satin grind, or a satin finish, so it's not, you know, just D2 like Rosecraft's, totally different category, affordable, obviously. It's not a carbon steel 1090 or whatever it's called. So yeah, excellent. I'm gonna shut up now. Love you guys. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.